We got a lot to talk about, Chad, don't we? After what happened at Battleground, we have new tag team champions in the BHS, Cold Crimson and Zyler Glass, knocked off the corruption. We have a new women's champion, Kendall Hendricks, only 4 matches into her career, already on top of the women's division. And we have a new world champion for the first time in 6 months, as Keith, after turning his back on TNC, was able to knock off Pete Brents and take the world title across town to BCW. And now, a week later, we're going to see the aftermath of what happened last week. And we've already started to see it. If you are following the Reporter Pete account, you would have seen that Pete Brents got attacked as he was entering the building by Hunter Hagen and Masked Man. And this is significant because BCW next week is holding their half of the RHW Memorial Show, and Pete Brents is in the main event for the RHW Memorial Championship. So they clearly have their eyes set on Brent and making sure that he cannot walk out of that match as champion. But without any further ado, that's next week. This is this week. And we got a whole show to get through this week before we even get to that Memorial Show. So let's kick off this episode of TNC. Ken Killstrom, once again, could not get it done at a pay-per-view. Ken Midstrom went one-on-one with his old friend Jason Graves in a no-holds-barred match, and once again, he couldn't get it done. And now tonight, looking for a little bit of redemption after what happened 2 weeks ago on TNC when it was Jason Graves and Seth Ross opening the show. Seth able to knock off Graves in that match, but Kent made his way down to the ring to try and pick whatever was left of Jason Graves after that match, and Seth wasn't having any of it. He came back to the ring and took care of Ken Killstrom. And now these two go one-on-one here tonight. Seth Ross was not too pleased to have been left off the Battleground card. Battle of Mid. But he is back on the card here tonight against Ken. Seth has had some recent success in his matches. Obviously the win last week. He's had some upsets in TNC thus far. Obviously his tag team with Masked Man, Seth was able to knock him off back at Clash. And now both men are set to go here. And the bell is rung, and here we go. Seth already countering Ken here and into a headlock on the mat. And now Kent able to catch him with the head scissors. And now it's Seth struggling as Kent just continues to wrench at the neck of the Destroyer. And now Kent back to his feet, now to the apron, waiting for Seth to reach his feet. Now he does. Through the middle ropes, Kent hits the neck breaker. And now dropping the elbow on the forehead of Ross. Kent eyeing up Seth here. Went for a jumping neck breaker, but Seth able to counter it into a back body drop, and now just stomping away at Kent. Now there's a big knee by Seth. And Kent forced to roll out of the ring and reset. But Seth not going to let him breathe here. Right back on him, but Kent able to counter very nicely. Turning the tables on Seth. Just ragdolling the much bigger Seth Ross around here. Now Kent has that headlock applied once again. Just wrenching at the neck again. Some sound technical wrestling thus far from Kent Killstrom in this match, as he keeps that headlock applied, with both men back to their feet now. But Seth able to escape and gain control of the wrist. A beautiful counter there by Seth, as he continues to maintain control. When did Kent learn to grapple? And just planting Kent on the mat. Seth quickly into a cover, and a kick out at 1 by Kent. Kent off the ropes. Seth gets countered by Kent as he ate a knee. And now onto the apron. Big forearm by Kent there. And now over the top rope with the DDT on the apron. And now tossing Seth back into the ring. Kent lined up in the corner. Hits that jumping neckbreaker this time. Oh, Seth tried to play possum and hit that kick, but Kent saw it coming. Seth able to dodge the springboard drop kick. And now Seth laying in the punches. And a big suplex as Kent lands on his neck. And now it's Seth stalking Kent here. Off the ropes he goes. Seth ducking under. Into a German suplex. And now it's Seth off the ropes here with the senton. And now it's Kent in retreat mode once again. And he gets knocked to the floor by Seth. Now Seth waiting for Kent to get back to his feet once again here. And Seth over the top! Not often do you see Seth Ross go high risk, but it paid off for him that time. But very quickly, Kent Killstrom back in control as he tosses Seth into the barricade. And now a Russian leg sweep into the barricade. And now it's Kent making his way up to the top rope. Eyeing Seth all the way up to the floor. And gets caught by Seth as he went for the elbow. And just planting Kent on the floor. And now a stunner on the floor. And now it's Kent getting tossed across the outside by Seth. Now it's Seth making his way up to the top, looking to go high risk once again. Count up to 6 as Kent reaches his feet. And once again, the high-risk offense pays off for Seth Ross. Ken gets tossed back into the ring. And Seth not too far behind. Ken able to kick Seth away. Quickly into a cover. Can he put Seth away here? No, just a 1 count. Seth getting dragged back to his feet. Blocks the forearm. Hits the pop-up powerbomb. Now lining Ken up for a stunner, perhaps. No, he's going for a roll-up. Can he get Ken here? No. Countered by Ken into a roll-up of his own. Another counter by Seth. Another one by Ken. And a kick out at 1. And a DDT by Seth. Now Ken out of nowhere with a dragon screw. And now Seth whipped into the corner. What does Kent have in mind? Setting Seth up. And now to the top rope he goes. Waiting for Seth to reach his feet. And hits the stomp off the top rope. That could do it. Into the cover. 1, 2. And a kick out by Seth. Clothesline by Ken. Or by Seth, excuse me. Stunner. Into the cover Seth goes. 1, 2. And a kick out again. And now Seth might be looking for one more stunner. Oh no, he went for the super kick and got blocked. Springboard cutter. And now Kent hits a second stomp. Quickly into the cover he goes to put Seth Ross away. 1, 2, 3. What an opener. What a fucking opener. Those two absolutely hooped. I'm gonna need to recommend this one to Jono later. Because that match was amazing. That super stomp was ridiculous. Look at that! That is nasty. Yeah, that ending was amazing too. I thought Seth had him with that stunner, man. I thought that was it. But Ken somehow found a way to kick out. And then that second stomp was all she wrote. It's Ken able to get the 3. Picking up a much needed win. Now he just needs to do this on pay-per-view and he'll be good. He's literally got the 2023 Pete Brent's gimmick. Like, he can't fucking win on pay-per-view. I guess that's what happens when you lose the Triple Crown title to him. Ken is cleaner Omega when he's not on pay-per-view. I mean, that pay-per-view match with Jason Graves was good. He just couldn't get the win. The only difference between current Kent and 2023 Brent is that the match quality was shit in 23. But Kent has good matches, just can't win. Brent's had shit matches and lost. But speaking of people who don't have shit matches, Sadistico's only had one thus far, but it was an absolute hooper. Now he's looking to do the same again. Oh yeah, Brent's had some mighty stinkers in 23. Like it was not looking good for a while. I almost repackaged him again, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was really considering it. But thankfully I didn't. Now I did forget to mention in the last match that Kent is one of the other two competitors that'll be competing at the RHW Memorial Show for the RHW Memorial Championship. He is in that match, as well as this man. To no surprise, Aiden Kennedy will be wrestling for an RHW Championship in 2025. His TNC career thus far, much like his BCW career, a little bit up and down, especially in comparison to the heights he reached back in RHW. Though he has had a title around his waist in TNC, he was the All-Star champion for a mere 2 weeks. So I guess by that degree, his TNC run has already surpassed his BCW run. But I think Aiden Kennedy wants more than just a mid-card title. He wants to hold world title gold again. Unless you're Isaac Graves, yeah. He's the only motherfucker that can actually hold on to that belt. Honestly, that makes King Zero's first title loss against Nico Fox less surprising, in hindsight. Because I remember how shocked everyone was, myself included, when he lost to Nico back at Seasons Bleedings. Both Sadistico and Kennedy ready to go. The bell is rung and here we go. Kick to the gut by Kennedy out the gate and a basement drop kick to the head. Just to lose on his first defense. Yeah, against a guy who already wrestled that night. Like, that's crazy. Kick to the back by Sadistico. But a kick to the head by Kennedy. He's back on his feet and hits a drop kick. Both men back to their feet. And a big kick to the back of the head. Now Kennedy's starting to target the legs of Sadistico. Both of these men high flyers. It's smart strategy by Kennedy to try to at least neutralize that a little bit as he hits Rolling Thunder here. And you can see that quiet confidence of the assassin starting to come out a little bit. Off the ropes. Clothesline missed by Kennedy. Now it's Kennedy off the ropes. Nothing doing there for Sadistico. Now, Art of Hate Driver by Mr. Kennedy. And a sling blade rolling through into the drop kick. Kennedy's sending a little bit of a message to Brent's ahead of the title match at the Memorial Show next week. And Kennedy forced a roll to the outside. Quickly back in. Dodges the kick there. And now these two start to lock up. Kennedy forcing Sadistico into the corner, and the ref's going to have to break this up. Sadistico quickly back on it with the kicks, and now the Spanish fly. Kennedy back to his feet here. Sadistico to the apron. Springboard went for Hurricane Rana, countered into a power bomb, and into the cover is Aiden Kennedy, and he only gets a 1 count before Sadistico kicks out. And now these two are going to start trading blows. Big right by Kennedy. Chop is blocked. Another big right. That one's blocked by Sadistico. Another block by Kennedy. Chop by Sadistico. Chop by Kennedy. Sadistico begging for it. And it's blocked. And now Sadistico lands a couple rights. And a big forearm. And now Sadistico into the head scissors. And now he'll make his way up to the second rope and hits the moonsault. Kennedy back to his feet already, but Sadistico going to keep the pressure on. Ducking under, Kennedy jumping over and hits the drop kick, sending Kennedy into the ropes. And another head scissors and a kip up from Sadistico. Quickly to the apron, waiting for Kennedy to reach his feet once again. Went for that Hurricane Rana, but did not get the distance he needed. And now Kennedy looking to take advantage with the moonsault. Onto the back of Sadistico, into the cover he goes. Can he put him away here? No, kick out at 2. Now Kennedy trying to keep the pressure on here. Off the ropes. Knee to the face into the neck breaker. And now it's Kennedy on the apron waiting for Sadistico to reach his feet. Went for the buckshot, ended up jumping over Sadistico. And now Kennedy gets sent crashing to the floor. And the count begins for Kennedy on the outside. Waiting for a safe point of entry, and he finds it. Hits a forearm. Hits a second forearm. Ducks the clothesline. Hits the Pele. And again, Kennedy into the cover quickly. Can he put him away this time? No. Kick out at 2. Stomp to the foot. And Sadistico back to his feet. Getting dragged to the ropes. We all know what Kennedy's looking for here. Springboard into the Dragonfly Cutter. And another cover by the Assassin. Is this it? No. Kick out at 2. Kennedy crawling over to the corner. Able to land a kick to the back. Now a knee to the gut and a few chops and strikes. Hits that swinging neck breaker. And now Kennedy lining him up. Destroyer got Matty lost and hacked the stream. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Another drop kick. And a Hurricane Rana by Sadistico. He goes into the cover. Can he put the Assassin away? And Kennedy able to grab the ropes. And now Sadistico lining him up, looking for the Sadistic Del Sol. Can he hit it? Yes, he can! Holding onto the legs for the cover to put the Assassin away, and a kick out at 2. Now a double axe handle from the second rope. And now looking for one more Sadistic Del Sol to put Kennedy away, but it gets blocked by the Assassin. Alright, 2K. I don't know what the hell that was. Into the cover Kennedy goes, and a kick out at 2. And now Kennedy hoisting Sadistico up. Black Bullet! But his feet are under the ropes. And that's going to cause a break. The Casper kick. Kennedy off the ropes. Sadistico ducking under. Gets caught. Stomped to the torso by Kennedy. Now a knee to the arm. Now Kennedy stomping all over. Now bringing him back up and dropping him with a big knee. Now takes a few steps back and hits Rolling Thunder. Now Kennedy off the ropes. Went for the neck breaker, but Sadistico able to avoid it. Now looking for the springboard into the Bulldog. Trying to turn him over for a cover. Can he put the assassin away? And another kick out at 2 by Kennedy. Kennedy to the apron. Big right there. And now another right. Sadistico hits the stunner, and that's going to send Kennedy down to the floor. And now working on that surgically repaired knee of Kennedy. But Sadistico down to the floor. Shades of Sabu from Sadistico. Big clothesline by Kennedy, though. Able to turn this one around momentarily. And hits a cutter on the floor. And that busted Sadistico open. Kennedy quickly to the top rope. Turning around. Hits the splash. Into the cover he goes to put him away. And that's it. Crash aside, another fantastic match. The hoops on this episode have been unreal thus far. And that's a big win for both Kennedy and Ken Killstrom, as they both build momentum towards the RHW Memorial Show next week. They'll both be going up against Pete Brents in that triple threat match in the main event. And you got to assume that either it's probably got to be Aiden Kennedy who's the favorite to walk out of that match. You've seen Kennedy do it on pay-per-views before. Ken Killstrom has been struggling on pay-per-views, and Pete Brents' mind seems to be elsewhere than that title right now. So, from my perspective, that title really is Aiden Kennedy's to lose. But we'll see what happens next week when that bell rings.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Istanbul, Turkey, Alexia Lane.
Alexia Lane made it pretty clear in her match against Haley Blackwell last week, while Selena was still champion, that she was going to come after whoever won the women's title match, and it ended up being Kendall Hendricks. And now, tonight, she's making good on that promise as she secured herself a title eliminator match against the new women's champion. And if Alexia Lane can pull this off here tonight, she will get a women's title match next week.
Residing in Hollywood, California, the women's champion, Kendall Henderson.
This is Hendricks' 5th match in this company, and she is already on top of the women's division. Her rise has been faster than pretty much anyone in this company's history. To already be on top that quickly is very, very impressive. But now she's gonna know what it's like to have everybody coming after her. And first in line is Alexia Lane, and here we go. Hurricane Rana out the gate by Lane. And now the kicks start flying in. But Hendricks able to whip her right to the mat. Now went for the moonsault, but nobody home. Now a German by Lane. And now turning it into a Rainmaker. And now Lane waiting for Hendricks to reach her feet. Springboard cross body. And this match has been all Alexia Lane thus far, as she drops the knee onto the face of the women's champion. And now both women to the outside. Hendricks looking for a breather. Lane not going to let her get one. But Hendricks might have been playing a little bit of possum, but she was able to land that elbow. Now a few shots to the back. But now it's Hendricks who gets tossed into the announce table. And now a poison run on the outside by Lane. And now again tossed into the announce table. And a big kick to the face by Lane. Count up to 5 here. As now Alexia Lane gonna toss her back into the ring. But Hendricks able to kick her away, get a little bit of separation. And now these two women start to lock up. And this is where you'd have to give the advantage to the much larger and much stronger Kendall Hendricks. Big right sends Lane into the corner. And now getting whipped into the ropes. Big left hand by the women's champ. And now another moonsault, but again nobody home. Hendricks off the ropes. Lane ducking under. Jumping over. Drop kick to the knee. And now quickly to the top. Hits the Meteora off the top rope. Into the cover, Lane goes to put Hendricks away, and a kick out at 2. Lane sizing her up, hits the super kick. But Hendricks able to counter with a kick to the gut. And now Lane has a few elbows to the gut of her own. Clothesline ducked by Hendricks. Now going to send her off the ropes. Knee to the gut. Kick to the back of the head. And this time, 3rd time's the charm. Able to hit that springboard moonsault. Into the cover she goes, and a kick out at just 1. Big right there by Hendricks. Another big right. That one gets blocked by Lane. Now over the top she goes back into the ring. Hits a clothesline. Hits another clothesline. Catches the leg of the women's champion. Sweeps the other. And once again, the control lies in the hands of Alexia Lane. And now Lane has Hendricks trapped in the triangle. Is she going to get her to tap out, pass out? She's in the middle of the ring. What's she going to do? She's going to let go of Hendricks. And now she's quickly back to her feet. Blocks the clothesline. Drop kick into the ropes. But Hendricks back to her feet here. Flatliner by Hendricks. And now might be looking for that knee, but Alexia Lane able to get the elbow up. Lane, Russian leg sweep. Has her trapped in the submission once again. Is she going to get her this time? No. Hendricks able to fight her way out once again. Hendricks, springboard forearm. Able to catch her breath at least momentarily. And now both women going to start trading blows. Big right by Hendricks. Chop by Lane. Chop by Hendricks. Big right by Lane. Startled the women's champion. That one startled Lane. Another chop by Hendricks. Big right by Lane. And now it turns into an all-out brawl. Blow after blow after blow. And now Hendricks with a roll-up. Can she get her here? No. Now Hendricks might be looking for that knee once again. Hoisting Alexia Lane up and able to connect with the knee. Into the cover she goes to put Alexia Lane away. And a kick out at 2.5. Now Hendricks to the apron. Now makes her way back into the ring. Second guessing herself a little bit. Lane off the ropes. Hendricks missed the Superman punch. But able to block Lane there. Off the ropes. This time able to connect with the Superman punch. Now sending Lane off the ropes. Hits the kick. Into the cover to put Lane away. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.5. Are you kidding me? Another moonsault by Hendricks. And Lane barely able to make her way to her feet. Big knee into the corner by Hendricks. But Lane able to catch the boot. And now Lane quickly into the rings of Saturn. She's got Hendricks trapped. And she's forced to tap out. And we got ourselves a women's title match next week. I don't know how Alexia Lane kicked out of that kick. I have no idea how she did that. I was so sure that it was done there. Joins the Spade epidemic and loses the next show. Okay. Yeah, well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you align yourself with Owen Spade. So in reality, we should not be surprised that A, she lost this match, and B, if she loses the women's title to Alexia Lane next week.
Here is your winner, Alexia Lane.
Battle of Aura, indeed. A little bit of an RHW dream match. I don't think we ever saw this match in RHW. Definitely not in TNC or anywhere else. I know, and we were booking the fucking shows. Like, how did we never book this? Yeah, it is a layup. How did it take me this long to... How did it take me like 3-4 weeks to book this? The aura is just off the charts. It's actually unfair how much aura is in the ring right now. Both men ready to go. The aura off has begun. Side headlock applied by Arthur Bay. And just tossing Takahashi halfway across the ring. Now Bay gaining control of the wrist of Takahashi. Kato able to turn it around and gain control of the wrist of Arthur Bay. Continuing to keep control. But now Arthur Bay turning it around, whipping the arm of Takahashi into the mat. And now just pounding away with right hands. Kato able to turn it around, land a few forearms of his own. Now Kato gonna drag Arthur Bay into the corner, but Bay able to get those elbows in just in the nick of time. And once again, these two lock up. Came back and Kato was mounting Arthur Bay. Clothesline missed by Bay. Into a cover by Kato. But an immediate kick out by Bay. Big forearm by Bay. And a kick to the gut. And a super kick. Now in the corner. Turning Kato around. Pushing to the corner once again. And now into the German suplex. And Bay quickly rolling Kato over into a cover. And a kick out at 1. Now Bay sizing him up. Basement drop kick. Now just stalking Kato. Hoisting him up. Dropping him with the Falcon Arrow. And now Bay quickly up to the top rope. Hits the crossbody. But Kato able to counter with a roll-up. And a kick out immediately. Clothesline by Bay. Second clothesline by Bay. Catches the leg. Sweeps the other leg. And this match has been all Arthur Bay as he goes into another cover and a kick out at 2. But now Kato spinning sit-out powerbomb. And now looking to put this one away. Planting Bay into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Bay. And now Kato lining up Arthur Bay in the corner. With speed, lands the big boot to the face. And now up to the second rope. Went for the crossbody, but gets caught by Bay. And now both men gonna start trading blows. Both men going chop for chop. Another one by Kato. Another one by Bay. Another by Kato. Overhand gets blocked and a big right by Kato. That right gets blocked. Another chop by Arthur Bay. Another one by Kato. Once again going chop for chop. Big right hand. Another big right. And now it turns out into a brawl as they go punch for punch. And it's Kato Takahashi who gets the upper hand. Looking to plant him again. Into the cover he goes on Bay. 1, 2. And a kick out at 2.5 again. You can see it on the face of Kato Takahashi. Just how much punishment he's taken in this match. And you can certainly say the same about Arthur Bay. Bay hoisting him up. Brainbuster. Quickly into the cover on Takahashi. Is this gonna do it? Kick out at 2. And now Arthur Bay looking for the Vegas lights and he connects. Into the cover once again to put Kato away. And that's it. It was too little too late for Kato Takahashi in this match. Arthur Bey just came out way too strong. And once Arthur Bey was able to withstand the flurry from Takahashi, that was pretty much all she wrote. Right there, we thought that was going to do it for Arthur Bey, but somehow he was able to kick out. And then again, Kato somehow fucking floating on the pin. But then Arthur Bey able to hit the brainbuster and was able to hit the Vegas lights, and it was lights out for Kato Takahashi. His aura lifts him up, yeah, fair. You might need to run this one back. Olivia Harnage still looking for her first title opportunity. And there's been some chatter backstage that she'll be next in line after Alexia Lane. Speaking of aura, aura's always off the charts when Olivia Harnage enters the arena. Carnage going up against a former women's champion in Samantha Winters, who herself is trying to find her way back to the mountaintop. It's been rough going, to say the least, for Winters ever since she lost that title. Still trying to find a way back into the title picture. A win for either woman would be huge. Bells rung, here we go. Big forearm at the gate by Harnage into the moonsault. And already Samantha Winters is completely floored, but now she's back to her feet. Hits the facebuster. Now just raking at the nose. Now has the submission locked in on Olivia Harnage, but quickly able to get out of it with some elbows to the face. And now Winters gets sent into the corner. Repeated kicks, and now one to the chin. And now Harnage with speed gets blocked by Winters. But Harnage gonna bring her right back into the corner, face first off the turnbuckle. Winters able to counter with an elbow. And now both women going counter for counter here as they lock up. Carnage just able to shove her away. And they'll lock up one more time. Winter's able to gain control of the wrist. But Harnage able to reverse and now has control of the wrist of Winters. Continuing to apply that pressure is Olivia Harnage. And now just dropping Winters into the cover. And a kick out at 1. Winters able to catch Harnage off guard with that kick. And now Winters with stomps to the back, the ribs, the face. Continuing to trap that arm as she goes after the wrist and the hands on the other arm. And then finishes it off with double stomps to the back. And now Harnage goes face first off the turnbuckle. And it's Samantha Winters coming in with speed and able to land the knee. Harnage able to catch the boot and sweep out the legs of Samantha Winters. Winters able to catch her with an elbow. And here come the strikes from Winters. Hits the Russian leg sweep. And Olivia Harnage forced her roll to the outside. But Samantha Winters not far behind. A flurry of rights by Winters. Now a kick to the gut. And Samantha Winters shadow boxing. Hits the Superman punch. Back into the ring and now back up to the top rope now. Samantha Winters from the top lands the kick. But Harnage coming right back at her with a code breaker. Winters with a hip toss. And now Harnage getting tossed back into the ring. Winters seeming a little indecisive. Now goes for the moonsault. Nobody home. Now it's Olivia Harnage into the cover. Can she put Winters away? Kick out at 2. Now Harnage has her set up for the Harnage collapse. Into the cover she goes. 1, 2, 3. Mommy down. And all it took was one Harnage collapse to put Samantha Winters away. It was back and forth there for a while, but out of nowhere, Harnage collapse. 1, 2, 3. And you gotta bet that Olivia Harnage is gonna be watching the women's title match very closely next week between Kendall Hendricks and Alexia Lane. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. Free going, chat. Tag titles are once again on the line. Corruption invoking their rematch. Gotta root for the reason I'm in jail. After they lost the tag titles at Battleground last week, Matt Marco and Tyler Vincent want their titles back. And still, they don't have their manager by their side. After the triple threat at Clash, it was his stipulation that he would unmask. But he has not been seen since they won the tag titles earlier in that night. You gotta wonder why they left before that match. And we still don't know who's under the mask. He's in Guatemala. Ladies and gentlemen, there are your new TNC Tag Team Champions. Cole Crimson and Zyler Glass. Already making their first title defense. Just realized this is Zyler's first title between Did he not hold one in RHW? I remember he challenged for the world title, but lost. That was the night you had to defend all 3 belts. Shit, I guess you're right. Both men are ready to defend their belts. Alright, Cole. Bro's jorbing it to himself. Matt's barking at himself. This chat is beyond shameless, dude. And there's the prize. BHS winning was the worst thing to happen to TNC. I would have to disagree.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 440 pounds, Tyler Vincent and Matt Marco.
I think Keith taking it to a rival promotion is significantly worse than me holding it.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the World Tag Team Champions, Tyler Gates and Cole Crimson, the Brotherhood.
Thank you. I was a good champion. going to be Tyler Vincent and Zyler Glass starting off this tag team title match, and here we go. Tyler, big German out the gate. Stomp to the back of the head. Now driving his shin into the back of the head. But Zyler quickly to his feet, lands a dragon screw. And now continuing to apply pressure to the leg. But Tyler able to get out of it quickly. Zyler able to counter with a shot to the gut. Now lands those rights and lefts. And now the backbreaker. And Glass makes the tag into Cole Crimson. Big kick. But Tyler still able to stay on his feet. But not for long, as Cole now going into the cover to retain the titles. Gets a 2 count, but Tyler Vincent able to kick out. And now another quick tag by the BHS as Zyler Glass back into this. Trying to drag Vincent to the corner, but Tyler able to get those elbows in. Big chop by Tyler. Glass tried to play possum there, but got caught and gets caught with a huge clothesline. Now up into the corner, tag into Matt Marco. Setting up the double team. Matt gonna go flying off the top rope with the shoulder block. And now Matt off the ropes. Big boot to Glass. And now a stomp to the arm. And now Matt delivering the back shots to Zyler Glass. Making his way up to the middle rope. Zyler back to his feet. Went for the Meteora, but nobody home. Matt hoisting Glass up. Big right hand. And now tag back into Tyler Vincent. Glass looking for a tag and able to get it to Cole. You heard me. Tyler sending Cole halfway across the ring. And now a tag back into Marco. Big elbow by Matt. And now it's Cole who's in retreat mode. But Matt right on his tail. And now Matt with the 10 Matussies of the Battleground. And the 10th one gonna send Cole crashing into his tag partner. Now Cole jawing with some fans. And now finally making his way back into the ring. Matt Hurricanrana off the second rope. Now Cole getting whipped into the corner of the corruption. Tag back into Tyler Vincent. Big shot to the gut by Tyler. And now hits the RKO. Into the cover he goes on Cole. Gets a 2 count, but Cole able to kick out. And now Cole gets caught. Ref bump there as Cole gets sent into the ref. And now Tyler just biting at the face of Crimson. Another shot to the gut there by Tyler. Off the ropes. Clothesline. And now Tyler ragdolling Cole Crimson into the mat. But Cole able to catch him with a kick to the face. Zyler still sitting on the outside. Not sure what he's doing. Tyler ducking under. Jumping over the big man. Cole able to block whatever Tyler was going for. Another block by Cole. And now it's Tyler who gets sent off the ropes. Lariat gets blocked by Tyler. Both men back to their feet here. Repeated shots to the gut. Now a big uppercut by Tyler. And he makes his way up to the top. Hits the elbow drop. Dragging Cole back to his feet. Into the corner he goes again. And another double team coming from the Corruption. Double shoulder block. 2K Bug's fucking us in the ass. Matt back up to the second rope here. Waiting for Cole to reach his feet, but he's too far. Good on Matt to notice that as he went for that handspring kick, but it got blocked by Cole. And now Cole stomping at the hand of Marco. Now a kick to the back. And kicks keep on coming from Cole. And now out of the corner, Matt landing back first on the mat. Now Matt getting dragged into the corner, face first off the turnbuckle, and he's busted open. But Matt able to kick him away. But Cole quickly with the roll up. Can he get him here to retain? No, kick out. Now Marco getting sent off the ropes. Cole ducking under again. And a big lariat turning Marco inside out. Into the cover he goes, and it's broken up by Tyler Vincent. And now Cole looking to put Marco away to retain the titles. Looking for the Crimson Choke. He's got it locked in the middle of the ring. What is Matt Marco going to do? Is he going to tap out? Is he going to pass out? Is he going to escape the hold? And Cole Crimson just lets him go. And now Cole looking for the twist of fate. And he connects. Into the cover quickly on Marco. 1, 2, and a kick out by Marco. And a big headbutt temporarily knocking out Cole. But now Cole has his wits about him once again. Off the ropes he goes, lands a big boot. And now Matt back to his feet, hits a sling blade, rolling through into the drop kick. And now Matt making his way back into the ring. Repeated kicks to the chest by Marco. And now a tag made to Tyler Vincent. The much fresher of the two between the Corruption. Jumping drop kick. And now it's Cole who's in retreat mode as he's barely able to make it to his feet in the corner. And now Tyler with a German suplex. Tyler Glass basically acting like a manager out there as Tyler goes into the cover. And Cole able to grab the ropes at 2.5. Cole dragged back to his feet, and once again Tyler biting at the face. Went for the Snapdragon, gets blocked. Big clothesline by Cole. But Tyler with a kick to the face. That's not going to stop Cole for long. But Cole gets blocked with those elbows. Counter by Cole there. Big clothesline. And now Cole has the arms hooked. Pedigree. And now looking for the Crimson choke on Tyler. He's got it locked in. Is this going to do it to retain the titles? But no, Tyler able to break the hold. Big shot to the gut by Cole. Tyler to the apron, tossed right back in the ring. Tyler quickly to his feet, but eating a bunch of uppercuts by Crimson. Into the cover by Cole to retain the titles, and a kick out at 2. And now Cole starting to wrench at the neck. Cole dominating in a handicap match. I'm sick. Another headbutt. And again, Cole Crimson temporarily knocking himself out. Back to his feet here. Cole off the ropes. Missed the kick. And now Tyler has the Bulldog locked in, but a rope break is going to force Tyler off. And now Cole gets whipped into the corner. Big clothesline. Into the cover. His foot's under the rope. Ref! Ref! His foot's under the rope! His foot was under the rope, ref! The PHS steal one! What rope? You saw that rope break get called when Tyler had Cole and the Bulldog, but they didn't call the rope break there. The Corruption got absolutely screwed. He was trying to fuck on them. And still, your World Tag Team Champions, the BHS. The Corruption gets corrupted. But yeah, look at that. His foot is clearly underneath the bottom rope. But the ref kept counting. I might need to have a chat with the CEO after that. I demand the death sentence. Zyla didn't break a sweat. Good shit, Demon. Yeah, I'm gonna have a talk with the CEO after that, because his foot was very clearly underneath the bottom rope. That should have been a rope break. I'll see what I can make happen. Zyla knew they had the ref in their pocket. He might have known. He might have known all along. He wasn't breaking a sweat. He was basically a manager out there after the first like 3 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, we will have to tune in next week to see what happens. First of all, at the RHW Memorial Show, as there will be a new champion crowned. It'll be one of Pete Brent's, Kent Killstrom, or Aiden Kennedy walking out as the new RHW Memorial Champion. And also, next week on TNC, we got 2 title matches, as we will have a women's championship match. And I just got some breaking news from the CEO that the tag title match will be getting run back next week. CEO was not happy with the ref in this match, so it will be run back, much to the dismay of the BHS. But we will see what happens next week. Next week. And with that being said, we will see you next week for episode 18 of TNC.